for a while now it's been commonly accepted that the great powers of the world are not going to use nukes against each other because of the mutually assured destruction, acronym for MAD, mutually assured destruction. We're not going to do that. However, there's another nuclear war that does take place and it continues to rage, but it's dealing with not nuclear definition 1, meaning bomb, but nuclear definition 2, meaning the nuclear family, meaning your nucleus, your root, your last name. Your last name. This is the nuclear missile program. It's miss because when they call nucleus in the matrix for nuclear family, see, this is 1440 degrees of information here. We're just taking you straight to the top, straight to the diamond eye of information, because look at what kind of day we in. We can't dangle you along with a carrot when we got the storehouse. We got to take you straight to the diamond mine, straight to the diamond when you got one swing of the sickle left. So with this diamond eye information, what we're saying here is that the nuclear missile program is part of what the divine feminine is in this triple mother goddess energy, in this Tiamat primordial chaotic firestorm of energy. This what do they call it? The impure Venus of the black sun type of energy that really deals with an age and a bundle of eons that are being attributed to individualism. We're in the eons of individualism. See, the trick of the old world is to hold on still using merely signs. They want to keep you in Aquarius, have you build alliances. And while this is true, we're entering into eons of individualism. Eons. This is why the last little grasp of the falling astral world from before is screaming out unified thought. No, the people of the new bundle of eons under individualism is saying not unified thought, that's hive mind. See, both people are saying get on the same page. One group is saying get on the same page as alliances, groups, cliques, posses, clubs, organizations, societies. But the new group under individualism is saying, no, it is the mind. It is I. It is what I believe. I think. I will. Therefore, I speak. Abracadabra. Abradabra. Abracadabra. So they're saying that like I am going to push this forward. This is a beautiful thing because without this idea, you can't get money online. This is the genesis of what it means for a person to make money online. We're not hating on you if you got a Cash App. We're not hating on you if you got a PayPal. This is beautiful. This is coming from someone who decided to say I. Sometimes we can get caught up in a slave mentality if we think too much like we. Or what is everybody else saying? I know that there's a cliff ahead, but if everybody else says go, see, there's a time for individualism. There's a time for individuality, and it starts with you. You understand that? Individuality begins with you. It doesn't begin with your loved ones. It doesn't begin with your job. It doesn't begin with your name. Who are you? What are you? And even more importantly, how are you? Not how are you feeling, but how are you? You know what I mean? How do you express yourself? How do you dominantly respond to things? How do you dominantly live, exist? What is your dominant energy? What is your flow? All of these things is part of the nuclear missile program, because nuclear is not just, again, bomb, but this information is explosive. So it's still a bomb. You could change a whole continent explosively if you get your nuclear family strong. You can explode like a nuclear bomb if you get your nuclear family strong, and you can't get your nuclear family strong until you get the nucleus in you strong. So the nucleus in you, 6 protons, right, affects the nucleus around you, your family, 6 more electrons. And then what's the other one? 6 neutrons. And then you affect the community around you, in the world around them. 6 more neutrons, right? They said is let the one that has wisdom count the number of the beast. It is a number of a man, and his number is 666. All they give you is 360 degrees of this information, and they say it's the mark of the devil and the evil ones that have come. That's only 360 degrees of information. 1440 degrees of this very same concept includes other parts to this. That there is a nucleus. Each person can affect life very vastly, very immensely. This is the hidden mystery behind 666. That's why they're saying is the number of a man. See, you're going to be thrown off by the little games of the Matrix when they're saying it's the number of a particular man, because that's not what it says there. It doesn't say it's the number of a particular man. A lot of people are trying to do wild gematria as, oh, it's Hitler. It's not Hitler. The world would have been over already if Hitler was the 666 dragon beast type thing. It would have been over already if it was him. It would have been over already if it was bin Laden. It would have been over already if it was Saddam Hussein. It would have been over already if it was ISIS. It's not talking about the number of a man. It's talking about the number of man. A type of man. Not anti-Christ consciousness, meaning anti-salvation, the one who doesn't bring together the broken and make them whole. No, they don't mean that. They mean anti-religious. Like you know what I mean? Anti-religious system that controls with a mimicking of government. No, where there's true spirituality and oneness with what you call God, there is no government, because everybody is self-governed. When everybody's living virtuously, you don't have to create rules. No, I'm not advertising anarchy, not in the slightest. But what they say, where there is true love and liberty, there is no law to break. See, a lot of people that are religious and claim religious and clutch onto religious literature right up under their rib cage, they don't open that thing and read it. They hold it out like a shield, like the movies, thinking they could ward off vampires, but they can't. Meanwhile, they're draining other people's energy too, while getting their energies drained from their falsified personas also. We talking heavy, ain't we? 1440 degrees. This is the nuclear missile program. If you're thinking about just bombs, you go mad. That's mutually assured destruction if you let the nukes go. Come on now. Even NATO knew that. They put it right in your face. We ain't going to let these bombs go. We'll kill all of us. Everybody said that. Every nationality that sat at the table said that. They said except for one. But come on now. That's just one that probably had, you know what I mean, gallons of opium dripping out of their pores. You know what I mean? So we're talking about the other nuclei, your family and your core self. These things are explosive to a degree even more than the nuclear bombs. Even more. See, this is a cold war. And cold meaning not allowing the target to be seen. Cold meaning weapons cold. But it's still a war. It's a cold war, but you're going with your weapons cold. This is camouflage. This is not a shoot fight in the a shootout in the middle of the street. That's not what this is. That's what the distractions are. This is about the nuclear family. This is about your nuclear self, your core self coming to the surface. If you're a person who draws, if you're an artist who can sketch, this is the time to bring that core person out, because it's explosive. If you're a singer at your core and you've been hiding behind trying to be a regular person and using the very gift that will save you as something merely on the side, this is your time to bring out the nucleus, because you're explosive, because we're in a nuclear war now. And let me break down missile. That's 2 words. Miss, again, for divine feminine shadow self, for the receptive, for the internal, for the womb holding, birth giving quality. And isle, the isle of, the column of, when you go down an aisle in the library, it's under a particular subject. So we're in the subject of divine feminine, which is the individuality, individualism. Now, a lot of people that's connected to the old order and still under the spell of religion, they look at all of this information that I'm saying here now as possibly damnable. You know what I mean? Because they're like, hey, you're talking about darkness, but you understand what I'm talking about. Talking about using psychology based on all information that was given to you to benefit yourself. That's what I'm talking about. You believe whatever you want to believe. We're not talking about belief here. We're talking about making practical use of information. That's all we're talking about. So again, Super T Sigma, Sigma programming. Stay wise. Peace.